Hey everyone. So today you're going to experience a interesting way to go about playing the piano. A couple weeks ago I made a video titled What if you only knew two chords? Well, today we're going to do What if you only know three chords? I won't do a recap of that video, of that past video, because it's right up there. So to get started, we'll be in the key of C, and the three chords that we're going to use are the primary chords of a key. Every key has 7 chords that can be played. 1, 2, 3, the 4, 5, the 6, the 7. Of those 7 chords, the 1 is a primary chord, the 4 is a primary chord, the 5 is a primary chord. Like you see in the key of F, it's the same concept. The key of F has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 chords in the octave. The 1 is a primary chord, the 4 is a primary chord, and the 5 is a primary chord. So let's go back to C. What we're essentially going to do, and what we have done, is to superimpose those chords, the 3 chords, over each one of the different degrees that we have in our key. Okay, so let's get started. So over the 1, we're going to play C major. Over the 2, and that creates C major. Over the 2, we're going to play F major. That's our second primary chord, right? We can only use primary chords. That creates a D minor 7 chord. Normally we would just play a D minor chord, but superimposing that F major over the D, over the 2, creates a D minor 7. Next, we're going to play the 3, but we're going to use the primary chord 5, and that creates an E minor 7. Let's speed up a bit. Over the 4, we're going to play an F major, which is regular. Over the 5, we're going to play G major, which is regular. Over the 6, we're going to play C major. That creates an A minor 7. And over the 7, we're going to play the 5. That creates a slash chord, or just 5 over 7, right? Okay. A quick little chart to show you what we are really doing. Now, this is going to explode a bit with this chart, okay? So I've been making this concept of a degree bank, a chord bank. I don't really know what to call it exactly, but each one of our degrees holds a certain quality that can be played. Even in this little experiment with only using 3 chords, if we mix and match those chords over different degrees, they give us 3 options. So we already did option 1 in that last chart. Option 2 is when we start to get a little interesting with the combinations. So over the 1 now, we're going to play the 4. Second option is to play the 5. So over the 1, we have our regular C major. We play our 4 over the 1. We can play the 5 over the 1. Over the 2, option 1 is to do 4 over 2. Option 2 is to do the 1 over the 2. And I like that. We kind of need a 9 sus 4 chord. Over the option 3, we can do the 5. And we'll try to get some real song examples with using these options. I just want to go over it. Over the 3, we already did option 1. Option 2 says C over the 3, which just gives us a slash chord. Option 3 over the 3. When I was making this chart, I was like, I don't know, but I guess somebody can make it work. Okay, over the 4. Remember, option 1 is playing our regular 4, our regular primary chord. You can play the 5 over the 4 for option 2. Option 3 is to play the 1 over the 4. We have many options, okay? So it's not that restrictive. Over the 5, we play the 5, or we play the 4. We need that, right? We need a bunch of sus 9 chords. And then also you can play the 1 over the 5 because you have those 3 options. So the 6, we can play the C over the 6, or the 1 over the 6. You can play the 5 over the 6, another 9 sus 4. Those are beautiful. And then Did I do a typo? Yeah, I put C major twice. I should have put F major as option 3 under the 6th degree. And then the 7. It's only one option. Everything else sounds like trash. So we're not going to go there. Play the 5. We already done that. Play the 5 over the 7. All right. You have different ways to practice it. This is such a short chart, small chart that you can go down vertically. So over the 1, I'm gonna do all the different options, maybe in different versions. I'm probably just do the 2 and the 5 next. Again, vertically down. Over the 5. Or and you have to figure out, that's the experiment of how you want to resolve these things. All right, so we're going to take what we've learned today and try to superimpose those 3 primary chords onto these degrees for Fly Me to the Moon. So remember, the restrictive practice is for us to only use those chords. I understand and see that I have the 3 becoming dominant over here. We're not going to do that. We're going to decide which of the 3 options sound the best. So over the 6, I'm most likely going to do the 1 over 6 to start the song. I probably wouldn't do the 5 over 6 because that's not what the song calls for, and definitely not that, right? Not only am I going to do the 1 over the 6, I'm going to choose to do a specific inversion. This happens to literally put the melody at the top, so that's another bonus with this system. Over the 2, I'm most likely going to do the first option, which is to play the 4 over 2. Probably not any of that. Again, you can experiment, do what you want, but especially with that voice leading. Fly me to the moon, let me play. I'm going to do a regular old G major, at least for this go round in the song. I could definitely stay on that 4 over the 5. Let me play among the stars. Alright, back to the 1. I'm gonna do, my first option would be to just play regular F major or 4. I could do 1 over 4, depending on where you are in the song, what version of it that you're playing. Because normally some people do a 7 through 6, but as a beginner version, we're gonna stick on that 4 for a little minute. So let's do option 1, and then remember, not doing a dominant, because that's outside of the chord options that we have. We're gonna do a G major of 5 over 3 to get to R6, which we've already determined to use the 1 over 6, right? Our first primary chord. And then 2, going back, and we kind of are recycling what we've already decided because that's what the song calls for. 2, play my F major over 2, F major over 5, back to 1. Okay, so let's try to do it in time. All right. Fly me to the moon, let me play among the stars. I might get the words wrong. In other words, I do love you. Random 7 3 6. Fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars. All right. So, as I always say, practice all your inversions. So, we've technically only have three chords to practice, right? In every key has three primary chords: the 1, the 4, and the 5. So just practice those inversions of those chords, whether it's one after the other. Like right now, we're only doing G major, right? We can go from the different inversions of the 1 and the 4. Or the 4, 5. The 5, 1. I think I missed. Or the 1, 1, 5. Okay, and do that in all of the keys that you're going to practice, which don't have to be all 12. Just practice them in 3 or 4, and then get that down pat, and then practice another 3 or 4. And if you're going to be practicing this, do it all the time in your own practice. If you have the opportunity to do it in your actual gigs and you're playing without people noticing, then do what you got to do, man. All right. Um, if you haven't already, please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. I thank you guys for supporting me, and I hope that I've been adding value to your lives, to your musical lives, and I hope that you have a good day.